What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Double T Gaming, and today we are finally going to be talking about the Project Ascension Warcraft Reborn Bronzebeard server. I went ahead and bought access to the closed alpha and streamed it today for a few hours, and I'm going to give you guys my honest opinion about it. But just to give a quick general overview, this is a separate Classic Plus server from Project Epoch. I know it could be confusing now that Epoch is under Ascension servers, but yeah, this is totally separate from them. This is the Ascension's own creative mind, their own development team, all that good stuff. This is a part of that main Ascension WoW team. So the server itself is a Classic Plus server. It's solely dedicated to the 9 original classes, and the additional races brought in from TBC with Draenei and Blood Elves also being available to you. And Alliance Shamans and Horde Paladins are also open. But there are tons of new race and class combos on top of it. So this is going to be a pure progression server, and will progress from vanilla to TBC into Wrath of the Lich King, all of which should be plus content. And of course it runs off the Wrath of the Lich King client and the framework of it, with the Wrath talent system, but with new additional talents being added to the baseline trees. Each class also has their own new spells being brought in as well, but I can save that for another video if you're interested in each class on Bronzebeard. It was also recently changed from a 1.5 XP rate server down to a normal 1x Wrath XP rate server. That's not listed anywhere on the website yet, it still says 1.5, but that was actually nerfed on the alpha within the last couple weeks. There is cross-faction grouping, and mobs are also scaled down for higher levels. And this is just at a quick glance from playing in the alpha for a few hours, what everyone was talking about and grouping with a higher level. I don't know the full extent of that, or if that's going to make it into live, we'll see. But I'll have a link in the description to the full preview article of the server because it goes super into depth. But overall, if you've played the other Ascension servers, you'll be familiar with some of these systems that they're introducing with mystic enchantments, runic type abilities, buying them from a vendor with new currencies and all that stuff. Again, multiple forms of currency that they have to buy spells or different cosmetic items, new NPCs, different challenges, all that good stuff. Systematically, there is a ton of stuff you can do just from your UI, like the self-made challenges, like not being able to drink potions, not being able to use portals. There was a duo we ran into when they were doing like a 5 life challenge, I think, where they took way increased damage while playing. It's Ascension. So there's a ton of things overall, including their own UI different from what we used to see in Wrath. So right now, again, this server is still in closed alpha as of September 5th. However, rumors around Discord, Reddit, World Chat, and other channels are saying that they have hopes to launch by the end of September, and name reservations are coming out on September 6th, so tomorrow from the time this was recorded and uploaded. Hopefully that's true. I didn't find anything official from Ascension about it, but something to definitely get excited about. Now let's talk in terms of actual Classic Plus content that we have. So me and a buddy of mine I met playing Mob Classic ran through the Human starting zone, the Dwarf starting zone, and the Orc starting zone all on stream, and all of which had been recently revamped with new content added into them. By the way, this was an awesome stream that we did. Thank you all for whoever showed up and said hello. We talked about Bronzebeard, Turtle, Epoch, but I also spent a lot of time talking about Ascension's other classic realm in alpha right now called Conquest of Azeroth, or COA as most people know. 21 classes, all custom specs and abilities. Leave a like and comment if you want me to check that out, but from what everyone was telling me on stream, it sounded like a blast to play. But back to Bronzebeard. So I started out as just playing a human hunter, and right off the bat we get a quick shot ability as a new starting one, which is just the physical damage counterpart to Arcane Shot and shares a cooldown with Arcane Shot. So the first part of this starting zone and all the other starting zones were pretty much the same. You kill your typical mobs like wolves or kobolds, but then a few new quests were just mixed in, about maybe gathering some pages, fighting some new mobs, talking to some new NPCs. But then I was told to go down into a secret dungeon below Northshire, and that's when I actually opened up the map and saw the entire new part of the zone being Old Northshire ruins. Oh, whoa, red spiders. Oh, here it is. Ooh. Oh, this is pretty cool. And let me tell you, the mobs down in this dungeon area are crazy strong. They slap. I died. And I almost died multiple other times before I met this priest who was able to help me out and we cleared the area together. Super unique experience in that spot alone. It was so much fun to do. So when I bought the alpha, I also got a camel mount with it. It's a cool little 2-seater. You can get an instant 40% mount when you start right outside the starting zone, so that's pretty cool. But back to the human starting zone, it actually has you venture up to where those Morlocks are always hanging out when you take a flight path out of Stormwind, now called Shadewell Sanctuary. And up here, you're also given an elite quest meant to kill a level 7 elite with a suggested group of 2. Now I was lucky to have like streamer benefits, and a level 26 was helping me out, and I came across it as the mob was dying. But this fight being for a level 5 quest is crazy. This mob was like mirror imaging to other locations, casting AoE abilities. You would have to have portals to send you up to the different areas that they were, while still focusing on the middle mob in the center. We did the right thing and we saved this guy's life when he tried to solo it. Again, I got it pretty lucky because I had a high level and I came in at the very end of one killing it. But each starting zone has one of these new hubs with this type of quest in it, which I think is crazy good for a new player and a new experience overall. Albeit pretty difficult, but I was fully immersed in this for the short amount of time that I played. I think majority of the other zones are kind of about the same right now, maybe a few touch-ups here and there, but there are some new hubs and zones overall on the server, and if those areas are the same quality of these new starting zones, then this server is going to be crazy good. Plus, again, it's Ascension. We know that they have quality content, but it can kind of get bogged down with, I think, the amount of microtransactions, and in my opinion, the amount of systems that they have overall, which I don't think the microtransactions are necessarily pay to win, maybe more pay for convenience, as someone said on the stream. I don't know how much of that is actually going to be carrying over to Bronzebeard. I'm assuming the whole shop, because I think everything transfers. But we'll see. Let me know what you guys think. But after the human zone, we moved on to the dwarf zone. This brought you to a new area in Coldridge where it was like a broken down crash site with actual mines everywhere. If you stepped on them, they would explode. Alright. Eventually leading you up to a radioactive poison type area, again with level 7 elite waiting for you with another elemental mob next to it. Yeah! Easy. This mob wasn't really as hard as the human one. We didn't think. We were able to do it as like 2 level 4s. It's mainly just about getting out of the bad stuff, but even so, super fun experience for dwarves and gnomes overall. It was a blast to do this and exploring something brand new. Also, throughout the entire map, there are hidden treasures similar to what we saw introduced in MoP. These things can give you like a necklace or a ring at level 1, or just like a huge weapon upgrade for your level, like this shovel I got on my hunter in the mines. And there, I think they said 1,800 of these scattered throughout Azeroth. On top of that, I think you can also find special abilities on the ground. I think I saw someone link a Soul of the Forest spell that they found in World Chat. So if this is true, super unique mechanic trying to find all these areas. The last thing we did on stream, we moved on to the new Orc Zone, which basically made it a lot more troll-oriented than before, almost bringing like Senjin Village into the starting zone. So basically you gotta kill a couple new demons early on, and eventually we were able to pass through this instant kill barrier wall. Again, undead mobs in here absolutely slap. I almost died multiple times. Yeah. Whoa, I potted. We killed some cobra, bat, and spider spirits, freed some elementals, and then we were told to go up and kill the big bad of the area. Again, a level 7 elite. Oh, this is giving human vibes. Don't worry. Oh my god, I just ran in. And this mob actually legitimately has a one-shot mechanic that I was not paying attention to, and neither was my friend. If you get stunned, you instantly die from the rock throw that hits you. But again, crazy fun experience to have. So I will say, in terms of quality of the new starting areas and just the quality of the content overall, Bronzebeard is giving Epoch and Turtle a run for its money for that immediate new classic experience when someone first logs into the game. Now, I know that may be a hot take. As you get more into the content, of course, Turtle WoW has plenty of new leveling zones, but I'm talking about when you first log into the game. This is a brand new experience in that vanilla world. I know also Turtle has the High Elves and the Goblin starting zones, which are brand new, but Bronzebeard has a very good mix of still being in the vanilla starting zone with a whole new element to it, like an actual sense of danger to it. And again, this might be just me riding the high of doing this stuff for the very first time, but these zones were so much fun to do, especially while chatting with everyone who stopped by on stream, and just playing with a friend of mine, and just also reading World Chat at the same time for all these other players' new experiences. If Bronzebeard and Ascension can continue to produce this quality level of Classic Plus content throughout the rest of the game, all the way through TBC and into Wrath, I have to say this server is going to be a lot of fun to play on, and I cannot wait to jump into it when it is live. But that's enough of me glazing Bronzebeard, just cold hard facts, lay it all out. I really enjoyed this a lot. A lot of people were telling me to try this throughout all the comments on my videos. A lot of people were saying it was too microtransaction-y, too systematic. I have to say, when it comes to the actual content, it is very, very fun to play. I don't recommend jumping into the alpha right now. If you don't have the gold for it, you have to, pay real money for it. And everything's about to get wiped when the actual server does launch. But if you have a chance to try this server out, I would. But if you have played Bronzebeard, let me know your experience on it. Also, let me know what you think about all the systems and extra microtransactions that it has. That's something I'll have to get used to if I do play this full time. And if you have played Conquest of Azeroth, the other alpha server, let me know that too down in the comments. I plan on checking that out at some point because I think chat convinced me all the way. But all the new custom classes that I was looking at while Bronzebeard was down for a couple minutes were really cool looking. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. This is Double T Gaming. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more Classic Plus content, and hit that notification bell if you want to see me go live next time. You can jump in, we can play together. I'm totally open to it. But again, thank you guys for watching. This is Double T Gaming, and I'll see you guys in the next video.